For a while now there's been some confusion as how to apply shading multipliers in Table J 2.4c and Table J 2.4d to glazing located in internal walls that separate a conditioned space from a non-conditioned space. This confusion has caused the need to identify a pH value and a G value. For external glazing, this is a relatively easy task. As we can see on the slide, we have our P over H. However, for internal glazing that separates a conditioned space from non-conditioned space, this is far more problematic. And you can see there where you've got the air-conditioned office separating the non-conditioned warehouse or factory. To simplify the application of the provision for internal glazing, J 2.4 has been amended. The amendment to J 2.4 includes the requirements of J 2.4D2, which detail how aggregate air conditioning energy value for glazing in the internal fabric must be calculated. Specifically, these new subclauses state that the energy constants A, B, C for the south orientation sector in Table J 2.4b must be used, and that the shading multipliers from a new table J 2.4e must be used. This is to ensure that the appropriate constants and multipliers are provided to windows which are likely to be significantly, if not completely, shaded. A revised downloadable glazing calculator is available on the ABCB website and will include a new option for internal glazing in the facade area table. Inserting the relevant size and energy performance criteria for an internal window will automatically apply the appropriate shading multipliers of Table J 2.4e. The revised glazing calculator now has a new column to select if you are entering values for glazing in the internal fabric, and this is circled in red. Change to J 2.4 in BCA 2014 sees amendments to the energy index values in Table J 2.4a for Class 9C aged care buildings. These changes provide a 20% increase in the allowance of energy index option A and B for Class 9C aged care buildings in all climate zones. This will allow larger glazing to be installed, which is anticipated to assist compliance and lead to improved amenity for building occupants. As a result of this change, Table J 2.4a has been amended to separate energy index values for Class 3 buildings and Class 9C aged care buildings. These changes also have been reflected in the ABCB's new glazing calculator, and this change is highlighted by the red circle. By clicking on the applications and selecting Class 9C aged care, the energy index calculations are automatically selected by the calculator. A common external cladding on larger buildings are metal framed units which consist of transparent glass or vision glass and opaque glazed sections or spandrel glass. An example of this is demonstrated on the slide. Following concerns about how to apply the requirements of Section J to such panels, the BCA has been amended to clarify their classification. If we consider the definition of glazing, glazing must be transparent or translucent, which means that only the transparent glass highlighted by the blue arrow can be covered by J2. The opaque section of these panels, due to their construction, are considered to be external walls and therefore are required to comply with the provisions of Part J1. To reflect this understanding, a new external wall construction type has been included in specification J1.5. The ABCB has developed this new external wall type of construction in consultation with industry, and it provides a typical R value for this increasingly more common form of cladding. Significantly, This construction includes a steel sheet and plasterboard, which distinguishes it from a window or glazing, which are covered by the provisions of Part J2. Section JV contains requirements for calculating the annual energy consumption of services in the building. To determine the annual energy consumption for air conditioning, consideration must be given to the internal heat gains within the building, including heat gains from occupants and heat gains from hot meals in dining rooms, restaurants or cafes. The previous structure of clause 283 in specification JB allowed for double counting of the heat gain allocations for hot meals in dining rooms, restaurants and cafes. To rectify this, clause A3 has been amended and a new table 2J has been inserted. This table replaces the previous sub-clause in specification JV for internal heat loads from occupants and hot meals.